big right hand by Mayweather. It's just a matter of how much more of this could he take. 3, 4.
Openings from a distance.
That right hand is landing very accurately now from Broner.
Nice short left.
Was landing the clean, effective blows. Then as the round goes on, here comes Margarito with this sort of accumulation of punches where eventually he started penetrating and landing his shots. Rough round to score.
There's her dreaming down the left eye. That may have been caused by that right belt away from Andrew Maloney. Oh, he snapped his head back! Franco does damage to Maloney. Of Andrew.
One of his tools or something like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, living in that time, man, that thing was like so hyped.
It was. It really was.
The rumble.
Yeah.
In the stadium.
Yeah.
From at home, and I bet that was electric for y'all.
It was fun. I mean, you know, you don't realize it until you look back on it, right? You remove yourself from it. Yeah, it was a special time. It was fun. It was, you know, I could honestly say it was fun. And you know, Steve is awesome. I loved working with him. He was so over. I mean, it was ridiculous. You know, but that's the thing, like people talk about the WWE today and like how, you know, Roman Reigns is great and doing a great job and all, but it's not Seth Rollins, same thing. They're all good, but it's like nobody's over, right? They're talented, but nobody's over. Like, you know, the Stone Colds of the world, the Rocks of the world, the Booker T's, you know, you go down the list, you know, the Undertaker, nobody's over anymore. And I think partially because they've had no competition for the past 20 years, really. You know, and I think that's why things were so hyped back then, right? You had wrestlers really having to go out there and murder as far as like, you know, doing kick-ass killer angles and just murdering it in the ring, you know, just doing as, you know, as good as you can. It was like incentive to go out there and put on great shows. Today, I think it's just so, it's another Monday. Doesn't matter if you tune in or not, because nothing huge is going to happen. In those days, it was must-see TV. You know, you didn't want to miss a week. So hopefully, you know, with what's going on at AEW and CM Punk coming out of retirement, it looks like, and Daniel Bryan's already signed on. That could be something big for the business in general. You know, looks like it's going to be you know, something significant. So I see a lot of really cool stuff happening within the next couple of years to hopefully get that hype back up in the business, you know?
Had that excitement.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
To be honest with you, I don't watch it half the time anymore. I just keep up with a few
news,
a few wrestlers, and I just miss the old days, man. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, I think a lot of fans that watched in those days have a hard time watching it today for that reason. You know, it's just, it's very difficult to watch when, you know, and also 3 hours of Raw is too long, you know, it's just too long of a show. So yeah, I hopefully this year, next year, we'll bring the business back up to a good level, you know?
Yeah, for real. So, leading into the invasion, was there actual like feuds going on backstage, or was it just like in the office, you know, a normal day?
Oh yeah, just a normal day, man. Yeah, everybody was look, we were just all so happy to kind of have a job, right? Because like I said, so many other people with WCW getting bought by Vince and ECW leaving by force, getting bought or going bankrupt. You know, a lot of guys had nowhere to go, so we were just happy to be there and have a job, you know. So yeah, man, no backstage heat, you know, just we all were there just trying to work the best we could, you know.
Wow. Yeah, that you know, leading up to like, you know, the invasion and all that stuff afterwards, on after, and having them reboot ECW. How did that go? How did that feel? Was it feeling kind of the same when y'all went back to you know, Philadelphia, the big y'all's main arena, basically?
When we went to the first one night stand was very much an original ECW show. The building, We even had ECW security, you know, the ring announcers, the referees, you know, Paulie booked it, Joey Styles, everything. It was authentic, everything. The cameramen, even, we brought in our 2 cameramen to shoot it the same way we used to shoot it. So it was, you know, it was, the first one was very good. Bare minimum WWE involvement, including from Vince McMahon or other wrestlers. So it felt very authentic and very, very good. But the second one, which then led to the reboot, was not so much. It had WWE's fingerprints all over it. And, you know, we were excited for it because we thought we have a real opportunity, because fans still wanted to see it, you know. They proved that, you know, and that ECW One Night Stand was the reason Vince ended up doing the reboot, was that pay-per-view and DVD after it came out were 2 of the highest selling. I think One Night Stand was the highest selling WWE pay-per-view outside of WrestleMania, which says a lot. And for that period. And the DVD as well, it sold a lot. Like it did. Like Vince was astonished and amazed at how well it did. Therefore, it made him want to launch it as a 3rd brand. Wow. So, but Vince can never help himself and let it just be what it's supposed to be. He started to have to mess with it and bring out ECW zombies and all kinds of weird stuff that he does, and effectively burying it. But what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, you know, that's how the dude gets. Well.
Whatever. I don't know why they do what they do, but whatever, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, I gave so much of my time.
Sure. Yeah.
As a fan, to the brand, and to see where it's at now, it's just it's crazy to me to see it where it's at now.
And, right. Yeah.
I still remember when I think it was like midweek when they said that the WWF is being changed to WWE, and I'm like, it's never gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah. Yep. You were right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
But wow. You know, going through the whole reboot, and like, how did you feel about, you know, where everything was at that time compared to, you know, in the heyday of WCW when y'all were young and hungry?
We certainly, I mean, let me see, how old was I there? I mean, I was still probably 73. I was probably 34, 35. So I was still in good shape and, you know, quite ready to go. I think we were all ready to still perform and able to. But we saw the writing on the wall that this was going to be nothing more than a toy for Vince to play with. So much so that, and I've never quit the WWE before. I was so disgusted with the pay, because it was very low for the ECW contracts, and also the creative that, I mean, I remember one night not going to Raw and just quitting. You know, I never quit WWE or a wrestling company. And I just didn't get on the plane that day when I was supposed to go to TV. You know, the money was horrible. You know, we were getting paid like $300 a show, which I make more on the indies today. You know, especially then too. And I made so much more. So yeah, and you know, and if I'm struggling financially and I'm working for the WWE doing ECW, which in essence you guys are making a mockery of, I just quit. I literally just quit, you know. And then Johnny Ace, John Laurinaitis calls me up and he's like, you sure you want to do this? He goes, just, you know, we'll send you a ticket. Don't worry about this Monday. Come out next Monday. I'm like, yeah, all right, John, I'll come out next Monday. They send me a ticket. I don't go out the next Monday. I was like, fuck, I couldn't do it, man. Because they were already burying the character. I'd lost to Kurt Angle. I lost to CM Punk, which is fine. Those are big stars. Punk was going to be a huge star. But, you know, then I'm losing to Balls Mahoney. I'm losing to Sabu. It's like, you know what I mean? They're not booking me as just incredible from ECW. They're booking me as just incredible from WWE.
You were
And, you know, yeah. So, I mean, I just didn't want to taint my character anymore over there, especially with the ECW brand. It just wasn't worth it. And Dreamer the same. They were disrespecting Dreamer. But I think Dreamer was part of the creative. So at least he was getting paid a little bit better. I was getting shit pay to kill my character. So I just couldn't do it anymore, dude.
Wow. That's brutal, bro. That's brutal to hear.
Yeah. Yep.
And, you know, kind of feeling close to like the actual, like, you know, seeing everything on TV and going to the shows at that time. Being able to see like ECW, like when they come into town, you know, stuff like that before. I think it was before Raw or SmackDown.
Yep.
But I'm like, man, this is not the same. And you know, and I still was a big wrestling fan until just, I want to say it was 2014.
Oh, okay. Wow.
2014 for WWE, and my brother's still a big fan, and you know, like I got a lot of good moments, you know, just being a wrestling fan.
Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Is there any one thing that happened that made you stop watching, or just happened?
It kind of slowly happened. I got with my girl. 2014. My mom just passed away. You know, she was real sick. So we always went to the shows together, me and her. And
I got you. Yeah.
So it was kind of like a lot of things were going on around that time.
Yeah.
Going through my head that I wasn't even focusing on the show, that I used to be like, oh, so excited. I got to make sure I'm DVRing this. You know?
Right. Yep.
The last, like, I think the last two Raw was when CM Punk was going through all that, the heel with pipe bombs and WWE title. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was like my last like good run. I felt like show.
Yeah. You're probably right for that period. Absolutely.
And you know, it's kind of like a side question. Did y'all get to keep like the titles when y'all won them in ECW?
No. The ones we used, at least in the real ECW, there were only one set of those. There was one heavyweight, one TV, and one tag team.
Wow. So when y'all won them, and then when y'all lost them, y'all had to give them back.
Yeah.
Just pass them. Yep. New Japan.
Yeah.
When I met the Young Bucks, ROH, they and AJ was there right before he signed with WWE.
Yep.
He was like, I told him, I was like, dude, do y'all get to like take these belts home, you know, with y'all? You know, say if y'all lose them, y'all have to take these belts home. Like I hear in WWE or WWF they did or whatever. And they were like, no, this is only one.
Yeah. And if you lose, what we did was I'd take them home because they were always in my bag. But when you lost it, you gave it to the next team, kind of like a shoot. You know, that's the thing, is a lot of times the way we did things was really like a shoot in a way. You know, like when we dropped the belts, now they got them. You know, and the funny thing is, it's been like that for a long time. When ECW closed, the people who had the belts kept them.
Wow.
I know that Rhino was the one person I knew that had the ECW World Heavyweight title. I don't know if he sold it or not. I think he still has it. It's worth like $20,000.
Oh my God.
And I think Danny Doring and Roadkill still have the tag team titles because they were the last champions. You know, I would have loved to have had my mitts on those. You know, that would have been dope.
If you ever had a shot, would you try to get one?
I'm not going to pay that kind. A, I don't have that kind of money. And B, nah, man, shit. I mean, I'll buy a replica. You know, they're just as good.
Like
all the way. Are we going out tonight? All the way. I'ma chug the bottle, chug it all the way. Made it this far, make it.